What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we have a very exciting match because we have our prankkids deck versus branded Chimera. So both fusion decks, even though prankkids is a bit crippled because Meow Meow is banned, but I've been definitely playtesting with it a lot and it's honestly not that bad. There's still a few tweaking that I have to do for the main deck, but overall it's actually pretty decent, and I don't think it's entirely a dead deck. I think it still has lots of potential, so definitely still need to play test. So if you guys enjoyed today's match, you know what to do. Like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So we're going to see who's going first. So sadly we are going second, but it's all good. So we have a Prank Kids Plays, a Roxy, a Fancies, a 1-for-1, a Dark Ruler No More, or opponent has Runick, Freezing Curse, Jester, Chain, Chimera Fusion, and also Berfomet. So it's a little bit like there's a small engine of Runicks in this, but I wouldn't really call this a whole like branded Chimera Runick deck, but it's definitely good, and I think it's a decent engine to like play in. Okay, so they're going to start with Freezing Curse. Okay, and they summon the little fairy, use the effect, discard to go and add, and they're going to get the fountain, and then chain is going to trigger, and they're going to go get patchwork, and then they're going to most likely activate the patchwork. So yeah, so they get another chain and polymerization. Pretty good. Okay, so then they're going normal, and then they're going add branded fusion. We don't have any hand traps at the moment. We do play hand traps. We just didn't draw into any of them, so at least we drew into the Dark Ruler no more, which is not so bad. So we could extend. So they're going to go use that effect. Okay, fuse. Okay, Mary Jade, not bad. A good interruption. Then they're going to use that effect. Okay, to fusion summon for him. So another interruption, which is not bad either. Okay, so they're going to go special and then use that effect. Okay, special Berfomet. Okay, use that effect. So pretty good card. So it has two effects, and you can only use each effect once per turn. Yeah, so you could use both effects. So really good card. Yeah, this Chimera deck is definitely a really good deck. Okay, so Chimera Fusion, and it works so rare with branded too. Alright, so polymerization now. So they're going to do that. Okay, make their Chimera, and then trigger the effect. So they're going to hand rip up at the end phase, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, so they're going to go use Kotal or Kotal. Don't know how to pronounce I even have a card like that with a similar name and I still don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so they're going to go add back. Okay, play fountain, set, and pass. So we're going to discard a card, which is going to be the Roxy. Not bad. So then they're going to go and set or add. So add Branded Fusion, not bad. And then we draw into Reasoning, which is not bad. Okay, so I went and I decided to start with Reasoning in case if he had an interruption. But more than I think about it, that was definitely a bad play. I should have actually just started with the Dark Blue No More right away. But I just wanted to see if he would waste any interruptions on the Reasoning. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So now we're going to do Dark Ruler No More, and he is going to chain, and then he's going to chain again. So that's going to get River Lampseas 100%, and then they're going to go and do that. So now Dark Ruler No More will be applying, and there we go. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Okay, now we're going to go and activate the place to go and add. And we add the dropsies. Okay, and then we're going to use 1-for-1 to go and special. And then we're going to go and normal. And then they're going to go and activate that. Make Chimera. So it didn't really change too much with the reasoning because if I even did the reasoning after and then did that, then he has to go and chain instead pop. And then we're going to only have like still just like dropsy. So we needed somehow to have like able to have 4 monsters special summon or summoned prank kids just to really like combo off. So definitely not a guaranteed game for us. Okay, so they're going to go and pop both, and we're going to have like no choice but to really just scoop. So we're going to go into game 2, and this time we're going to be starting. Opening hands, we have Place, Lampsies, Forbidden Chalice, Instant Fusion, Time Tearing, Morganite. Pretty good. They have Chain, Evenly Matched, Freezing, Gazelle, and then another Chain. Okay. But sadly, they have the Evening, which kind of sucks, and also even the Curse, which is pretty good. Target one effect monster your opponent control negates its effects, so not really a fun card to deal with. Okay, so we're going to start with Instant Fusion. So off the back, we're going to get ourselves our Millennium Eyes in case for any hand traps, potential hand traps. Okay, then we're going to go and use Place. Okay, get our Dropsies. And then we're going to use Time Tearing Morganite. So we're going to go normal both of them. And then we're going to link them. And then it's going to be do Chainlink 1, Lamps 2, and Drops 3. So we're going to go and start special summoning our 2 prankkids. And then we're going to add, so we add Place because we want to keep the Forbidden Chalice. So we're using the Place as a Banished Father for Roxy. Okay, so then we're going Foolish, the Pandemonium, and then we're going to banish to draw, and then supposed summoning Dropsies. And now we're going to go and overlay both of them for totally awesome. And then we're going to go use Do to add back the Pandemonium and the Dropsies. And then we're going to just set those two and pass it to our opponent. And they draw into Runick Tip, which is quite good. Okay, so we're going to activate Bow Wow right away. So we're going to just add back the Roxy and the Fancies. Okay. Waiting for opponent, and he's going to main phase 1. Now he's going to battle phase. Okay, so in battle phase, he's going to activate the curse to negate. We're going to have to chain and decide to set it too, because if he has evenly matched, at least he's going minus card as well. Okay, so then Toad is going to add back Dropsies. Since our opponent does hand rip, we want to get as much prank hits as possible still remaining in hand. Okay. So now he's going to go evenly. So now his spell is at least banished face down, and we're keeping the Pandemonium so we can still fuse. Then he goes Runick Tip. But then sadly, he goes and adds that, and then that's going to pop that, and then we're going to banish the top 4. So our Pandemonium is completely dead. Okay. Then he does that. Normal, add, yeah, activate that. But don't forget, we're under Time Tearing Morganite, so we still get 2 additional normal summon, and we draw 2 for a draw phase. So we're still in a pretty decent position. So I'm not really too scared at the moment. Okay, so he's going to go trigger, add once again. Okay. So trigger Chimera to add. Then he's going to use Patchwork. Okay. There we go. And finally, he's going to use that effect to go and add. And let me see. Who is he adding again? Oh, yeah. Berformat. Pretty good. Okay. Polymerization. Okay. Make him, which is pretty interesting. This is actually not a bad card at all. I actually like this guy a lot. 1 monster is supposed to summon from the extra deck and 1 monster in your hand, so pretty good. Okay, they're going to set and use the effect and draw 1. And then end phase, we're going to lose 1 card, which is not the end of the world. And then we're going to go and draw, and we draw into Pranks and Thunder Dragon Fusion, so we're all set. Okay, time to combo. So we're going to just go normal fancy, then normal dropsies. They're going to chain that. We're completely fine with that. Okay, so they're making Chimera, which we have no problem with. Okay, waiting wherever trigger he has. Okay, that not so bad. So we're pretty much all set with this. And even checking the grave, does he have? He doesn't even have the like guide that negates activation, so it's okay. And he can't even do it. He doesn't even have Chimera, so it's all good. So they're going to pop that, which we're completely fine with. Then we're going to use pranks, activate pranks, discard, special, link both. Okay, for do, trigger do 1, fans 2. Okay, add that, get the Roxy, pretty nice. Activate, so we're going to add back our place and also the dropsies once again because we still didn't use dropsies. So activate place, get Lumpsy. Okay, Poly, make Rocket. We're not using place just yet, so we're going to read that towards like the end. Okay, so we're going to go on special to gain. Now use Roxy and Fancy for Bower Up Bark, and then we're going to trigger the Roxy and place at the same time. So our opponent's monster loses 500 attack. So we're going to special. Now we're going to use Rocket Right to special summon the Bower Up Bark and the Dropsies. Okay. Now Poly, Weather Washer, and still not using Places effect. Now Thunder Dragon Fusion to put back. Okay. And we're going to go and special summon Battle Butler and now use place to make everyone gain 500 attack. Okay, now we're going to go to battle phase. Our opponent does not do anything at start of battle phase, so now we're going to attack with Battle Butler. Okay, so you lose, and then we're going to attack with Bower Bark, but we're going to chain to pop it, so we're going to redeclare to attack again. So we're going to go inflict the 25 and then attack for 45 because he gains for both. So, and now our opponent says res, and this is where it becomes really dumb because I do not understand why people do not understand the battle step, because we were waiting for a judge and even talking in the public check and even like locals. Like, you have to understand when you're in the battle step, okay? You have the start step of the battle phase. But once you enter in the battle step, the turn player has 3 actions, okay? It's either declare an attack, activate a card or effect, or pass priority. If you declare an attack, usually your opponent will be able to respond to it. With Weather Washer, you cannot. And majority of these people, well, there is an open window because they could do res on like trigger effect or res of the like end of the damage step. I'm like, you know how dumb that is, saying that you could activate a card on res of the end of the damage step. That is the equivalent of you're in standby phase and you went to main phase, and I'm like, res of standby phase. That is the exact equivalent. People don't understand. At the end of the damage step, you have your triggers effect, you have quick effects, okay, at the end of the damage step. These do not have to chain. You can have multiple different separate chain links at the end of the damage step. The end of the damage step is the equivalent of a main phase, okay? So there is rules though of what can be used as quick effects, okay, during this time period, because you still have to follow the basic rules of altering attacks or negate activation, high spell speeds. But anything that happens of triggering or quick effects to response of something in the end of the damage step is still being applied at the end of the damage step. Once the end of the damage step is done, it goes back to turn player priority. And this is something that is in the rulebook since like Yugi and Kaiba structure deck rulebook. It has not changed at all. It's still the same turn player priority of declaring these actions. So when you are dealing with a card like Armades, a Weather Washer, Ancient Gears, okay, there is no open window to activate any effects. And there is no such thing as a res of end of damage step. And if something triggered, okay, in the end of the damage step, the res would still be in the end of the damage step. It would still be in that phase. And a lot of people don't understand this by now, which is ridiculous because this is just basic ruling. And I have a full video explaining this as well. But like, this for me, like, it shocks me because even locals, like, people get confused by this, and I'm like, Like, it's just how you play the game. It makes no sense that people don't get this. So yeah, so waiting for a judge, doing like the chat takes a while, okay? And then finally he like scoops. So now we're going into game 3, okay? Yeah. Sorry I had to rant about that, but I do think it's really like dumb. For me, that's like the equivalent of like people don't know that you're going normal summon once like per turn, like as like the game mechanic, because it is a game mechanic. This is like how you play Yu-Gi-Oh! That you have to follow. Like for the dam step, for the battle step, this is what you have to follow. So our opening hand is Harpy's Feather Duster, Dark Ruler No More, Twin Twister, Book of Eclipse, Nibiru. Not that bad. No prankkids though, so this is definitely going to hurt us. They have runick tip, they have chain, they have branded opening, they have runick dispelling, and then they have chimera fusion. Okay. So our opponent's starting first. Okay, so runick tip. So they're going add, they add the fountain, and we're going banish. Oh, Book of Eclipse, so now they know what we're playing. Okay, so they're going to do that. Very nice. Starting all this, getting a bunch of pluses during the draw phase so they can't be drolled, which is smart. Then they're going to do that. Okay. So not bad. Okay, now branded fusion. Okay, they're going to send. This is actually a very cool tech though. I will make King Tiger Rangu. That is very, very cool. Okay. So they're going to go and special that, do that. We're just going to let it be. Okay. They're going to go tribute summon Baphomet, which is very interesting. Okay. Chimera Fusion adds so many pluses. So nice. Okay. Very nice. And then they're going to use that effect and that effect. So we're going to chain Nib. Because I didn't want him to end up adding. Maybe we should have waited actually. We could have waited a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So they're going to add the cult. There we go. Okay. Do that. Yeah, maybe we should wait a little bit, but yeah. Okay. That's going to pop that. They're going to draw 2. So they're pretty much all set, so we can't really do much. So we're going to go standby phase. They're going to go do that instead. So suppose some of the King Tiger Rangu, which is that's such a pro play. That is really cool. Really, really, really cool. Yeah, just special summon, quick effect, manage the score. You can target one beast, being or illusion monster, and spell summon it. So really, really cool. Okay. So we're going to start with a nice little Harpy's Feather Duster. They're going to chain that. I was really debating if I wanted to chain Twin Twister. But I was like, meh. So they didn't really want to chain it. So they did that. So we're like, okay. Now, I was assuming that King Tiger Rangu would get rid of this before, but apparently, yeah, that's an activation. So we resolve on a separate chain. I could be wrong because last time I checked, like this was a continuous effect and it doesn't activate. So if you guys know, let me know because I remember it like not activating, which is kind of weird. So I thought I got rid of this because I even mentioned it to him. Okay. So they're going to do that. Yeah. So this is where the conversation is coming in for that. Because I was 1,000% sure it kills them right away, so he won't use the protection, be able to use the protection. Alright, Guardian Chimera. To go pop both. We won't really be able to do much. So I'm just reading one thing, which was this guy for the plussing. Okay. And yeah. And sadly, we had to admit defeat because there was literally no play that we could have done. And too bad I can't see the next following cards. But yeah, so that's it for a match of our prankkids versus branded Chimera, which honestly it wasn't that bad. Yeah. So very interesting. Definitely a really good deck. This is a very good deck. So I might want to treat the prankkids a little bit more. Or it would be pretty cool if we actually could play the Chimera Fusion in prankkids. I wouldn't because we have a few restrictions, which kind of would be very hurtful. But I definitely do like the time tearing in the prankkids. It just acts like an additional poly, and then for follow up you get additional draw 2. You constantly get 2 normal summons, so it's actually a really good card in prankkids. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you guys want to see the deck profile, definitely comment it down in the video. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.